and hopefully we're on. One of you can check there, see if we're on the Metal Cell YouTube live.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I can only see a timer for
Right.
4 minutes.
It's 30 seconds it takes for it to go. I think
I'm
there's a
in.
delay.
I'm in the main.
There we go.
Are we up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on.
Woohoo! Yes, indeed. Forums are back after taking a break in May. We are back. Or no, April, wasn't it?
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, we missed April. Yeah, we took a break in April. Yeah, so we're back in May, and this is a really special one because Metallica.
They're all special.
Oh yeah, true.
Metallica are here.
Metallica are in Danielle's room as we speak.
It's an exclusive, guys.
Exclusive. And Mets. How much did you have to pay for that, Danielle?
Oh, it was a million for each of them.
Are they doing meet and greets on these? They
Of course
probably
they are.
are. They do.
I think
Yeah.
they've done it
Only
since-
2 members do it. It's either Kirk and Lars or Rob and Kirk or one of them. James doesn't do them.
Because James has some bit of fucking cred.
He's dead, right?
They've done it since the 80s, as far as I remember. They always had meet
He's
and greet.
met everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
My
matter.
mother did the meet and greet with them before.
Go away.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
savage.
who did she meet?
Yeah. She met all of them.
Whoa.
Yeah, back when
Yeah.
they used to all do it. It was
You
probably
look like Kirk. That makes a bit more
me.
sense.
Yeah, yeah. I also was born in 2004.
Time is relevant.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
yeah.
2004.
I think it was 2000. What year did they come? Was it 2004?
Oh no, I thought you
2006.
said you were born in 2004.
No, I
I was
wouldn't
like,
be born.
Jesus.
My brain was just like, wait, what? Wait.
Oh,
You're
did she
10.
see them? Did she see them on the Saint Anger tour then?
I did actually. I saw.
I
them
did too.
twice.
Well,
It
it was a
yeah.
couple years after it, but yeah.
It was
was
with
it Darkness
Slipknot,
and Linkin Park.
Darkness. Yeah, and Lost Prophets.
Lost
Yeah.
Prophets was
Lost,
yeah.
It was 2 gigs. One of them had Slipknot.
Slipknot and Lost Prophets.
Lost Prophets.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they got Lost Prophets got bottled off, which was sick.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
10 out
there
of
front
10.
and center throwing all my
Yeah.
bottles.
Filling them with piss.
Good.
Yeah, I'd say there's been some change in prices as well. Going to see him back then and now. Ooh.
It's
I-
not too bad though, is it? It's
121 is the starting thing, but
for the two, isn't it?
is
Yeah,
it
it's
for,
for
or
the
is it
2
each?
nights.
For the 2?
Yeah.
That's actually.
That's
But-
excellent
Very
if it's for the two. It's
That can't be right.
pretty
But will
No,
you
it's
actually
eight.
get tickets at that price? Is with the dynamic pricing thing, like surely that's gonna absolutely skyrocket.
Well, as it
They're
stands
not,
at the moment,
um,
it's 121.25 to 261 for both nights, which is incredible when you think about it.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Because they're not selling the single day tickets till the 25th of July.
Yeah.
So there's a frantic price and it's early entry and it's €499 for 2.
Well, you get like in an hour early or something, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
fuck
it-
that.
400. Fuck that.
I know. This
You're
is
gonna have
this
to
is
go to
now
the bar
Letty's-
anyway. Like
this
it's
is
Go to Dublin
Letty's
anyway.
street.
Yeah.
I want to find out what package Letty is going for here, you know?
Oh, drum roll
Correct
here.
accreditation.
I'm going to go for Snake Pit.
I
Oh,
knew
go
you
on.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you would.
It's great value for 2 nights.
How
It
much
is
is
a
the
fair-
Snake Pit?
€99.
That's not too bad. Wait, 99 or was there a number?
€899.
Oh, fuck that! So I heard
Oh, right.
99. I was like, that's actually great.
You know how many times I could see worn out for that money?
Yeah, and none of it will be worth it.
Do you know how many sieges you could go to for that money?
An infinite.
Now, if I had the money, right? If I had the money, right? And well, yeah. Just realistically, if I could do it, I'd get the I Disappear ticket, which is you get to go to all the gigs all over Europe and the UK for €1,798.
That's great. That's a great one.
Not
Pretty
bad.
good, yeah.
So like
Yeah,
how
to be
many
fair,
gigs
if you're
is
someone
that?
that's gonna buy that, you'll
Two,
you'll
three,
make your
four,
money back
six,
fairly
7, 8,
easy.
9,
Like
10, 11, 12, That's 16 gigs for 1,700.
That's pretty phenomenal, to be fair.
Yeah,
like.
that's very good.
Good
Yeah.
value.
I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
But did you see then the offers they had then for if you wanted to go for a 3-night stay in Dublin, right? The package, it's a 3-night in the Hyatt, and I love it says it's in the Liberties, the old part of Dublin. So, and it's fucking lethal down there, like, you know.
The Libertines area.
Yeah, and it's 1,470 per person for 3 nights. Okay, you get your stay in the hotel, 2 seek and destroy reserve tickets in the seated sections, and 2 limited edition Metallica Yeti drinkware items, and a transportation pass for you to explore the city.
So you get a bus, you get a cup,
You get a Lewis pass.
you get a Lewis, a fucking plastic cup.
And get fucked
And
up the ass basically for that
Yeah,
price for your
pretty
hotel,
much.
like,
It's
And a
hilarious.
hostel. Yeah.
and get robbed.
A bed in a hostel as well.
The
Thanks,
cups
Kirk.
that they're giving away is on sale for $20 off their website.
Christ. That's what you put in the cup is what makes the difference. It's the one cup that they won't check, so you can just fill it with vodka if you want.
Yeah. So like imagine that 1,470 for 3 nights. So like just think about it. If you even took, say, €300 for the ticket, okay, so that's for the 2 nights. So that's yeah, there's 1,100 then for your 3 nights in the hotel. So that's
Yeah,
fucking
that's a Dublin thing as
Actually,
opposed to
no.
the Metallica thing, you know?
yeah, that's
100%.
325 fucking quid a night in the hotel then, like.
It's fucking
That
crazy,
kinda-
man.
That's Dublin. Do you know, like it's horrendous trying to get with hotel prices there. So it's like when you're
Insanity.
looking at it a bulk thing, it's you know, it's a lot of money, but sure, fucking hotel prices in Dublin anywhere are mental.
You
So,
kind of
Yeah.
wonder, like, going forward, like, I keep thinking about this a lot. It's like, when does it collapse? When does it all it's just so unsustainable to expect people to have to pay these prices to go to shows in Dublin. At what point there's a tipping point where it's already people are priced out of going to Dublin anyway?
Yeah.
But at what point does it just start to implode upon itself and these big gigs in Croke Park are fucking quarter full because of the price of the weekend and so on, you know?
Yeah, you've got them fucking wankers Oasis coming as well. Like, what are they charging?
I saw the cheapest ticket for them resale was €400.
Wow.
to be fair, Tool prices were some of the worst I've ever seen for the last time that they played. Like was it like, I'm sure there's someone in the chat. That'll be
Danielle,
able to confirm
Danielle
there was
wins.
like,
I went,
was it like
yeah.
$600 or something for some of them, or
I
for one
I got the, like, literally I was at the very, very back of the, I've never even seen where I was before.
in the jacks.
Yeah, practically. And I think it was it 100 that I pay for my seat? Sure, Maynard might as well have been in fucking Donegal. he hides behind the fucking thing anyway, so you can't even see him, like,
Yeah.
creeping out in the background. But no, they were fantastic. It was worth it. But yeah, that was chronic prices for that.
But there was some of them that went up to like something mental, like 500-600. I think it's like as it gets closer to being
As it got closer, yeah.
sold, and it was a mental price. Like
the irony of you paying to get closer to Maynard, and he's trying to get further away from you.
So are we all going to Metallica?
No.
Howard isn't. I don't have to ask Letty. All I want to ask Letty is it 2 nights or 1 night for you, Letty?
Oh, 2 nights, 100%.
Knew it. Yeah, okay. Danielle?
Yeah, I'm going for the 2 nights. I have accommodation booked as well. So
2 nights?
Oh yeah.
They're the only tickets
100%.
available at the moment, you know?
Yeah. Well, I haven't got the tickets yet, but I've got accommodation. So yeah.
Evan, are you going to bother?
I haven't committed to anything. It's way too early to know where I'll be or what I'll be doing. But I think I'd go to see Knocked Loose
Yeah,
on a
that's the one I'm going to see. Yeah, the
stage
Sunday night.
that size. But
Gojira
again,
Knocked Loose will be
yeah,
unbelievable.
it's this Metallica, great crack or whatever, but it would be Knocked Loose, and it'll be one of those things. I'm sure it'll sell out, but you're not going to have to look far for a ticket.
No,
Just go
I
on
don't think you
Instagram.
will.
Somebody's story will be like face value. If I am going, it might be decided a couple of weeks before when someone's selling a ticket.
Hmm.
But I'm not committing to anything now. I don't care enough to commit now, but I'll see how things are when it's closer.
It's the longest day of the year as well, and like I don't want to spend the longest day of the year with Metallica, you know.
Really?
When I saw this announced, my world imploded.
But I'm not going because I've just seen them so many times before, and the thought of going to Dublin and going to a stadium and standing in a field and watching bands for 3.5 hours, fuck that, you know. I'm just too old. But I'd imagine a lot of people
Thank
go
you.
to this, and it'll be their first ever time seeing a metal show, and it'll be amazing for them, and I hope they have the
Oh,
time.
100%, yeah.
Well, I went to see the one in Madrid, Howard, last year, right? And it's the exact same tour. And I just went up. You could kind of go into the stadium. It was a kind of 3D seated effect. So I just looked for the bar built into the stadium, and I located myself and Helen with our backs to the bar in
Unreal.
the seated area. And I'm not joking you, it was fucking magic. It was really, really an amazing experience. Now I've seen Metallica a rake of times too, but that was special. So I just said, when I saw Gojira and Knocked Loose on the Sunday, I went, yeah, it's worth it again, just to fucking. I thought I said goodbye to the fuckers in Madrid, but obviously not.
I'll be back again in 2 years' time, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's just
But
the
I
whole
think-
experience is amazing. Honestly, it is. It's just one of the best.
I've heard great reports of the show, and they're on form, and they're tight, and they're playing well.
Yeah, they're
All that stuff.
100%.
Set lists are great. And
The supports alone, like
supports are great, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
you
I think
pay fucking
not the
80
worst
bucks to see
pricing at all.
Gojira now, Evan, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you
would, yeah.
would, and like just that scale of show as well. Like you're not going to see. Like I'd be very interested in seeing what Knocked Loose can do on it. Like they're doing the round, the
Yeah.
360 thing.
So
I'd be very interested to see that.
It'll be probably a bit underwhelming because I saw that Five Finger Death Punch. Now they were the support
Oh,
for
fuck
Metallica.
that.
I know, yeah, exactly. And so they were in this huge stage in the center of it, and to be fair, I can't remember the front man's name, but he did his best.
Ivan
Moody.
Yeah, he was moving around and shit like that, and trying to get the crowd going. So I'm reckoning with Knocked Loose, they'll probably be on at 6:30, and if we do get a sunny day, and they'll get half an hour set, and that's it. And then probably 40-minute changeover, and then Gojira will probably get 50 minutes, and that's it.
I was watching a thing recently. I think it was like the drum tech for Limp Bizkit, because Limp Bizkit were touring with Metallica recently enough, anyway. And they were kind of building the rack for the kit, and one of the main things that they were doing with it, just to make sure, was that it can be completely taken down and off stage in 10 minutes or under, because when you're playing with Metallica, everything is off. 10 minutes or under, it's like, and there's no like going over, there's no nothing. You build your stage, you build your setup for a Metallica tour specifically to be able to get it off that quick, because it's Metallica. Like I know what's his name that was drumming with Slipknot, he's playing with Suicidal, Jay Weinberg. He said the same thing. I think Suicidal were doing gigs with Metallica, and he said the exact same thing. It's 10 minutes. So if it's on wheels, boom, get it off. And it's not just like off the stage, it's out of the fucking place, because Metallica have all their ice cream and stuff they have to bring in. Like,
I wish they were bringing Ice Nine Kills instead of Avatar, however you pronounce it. I really, really don't like them.
I saw them. They were supporting Metallica, weren't they, as well?
You're living in the future, man.
I
No,
only
I
ever
think
saw
it
them play
was.
with Trivium, and that was a
Look it
few
up.
years
I'm
ago.
nearly sure, as bad as my memory is and as drunk as I was, I'm nearly sure Ice Nine Kills supported Metallica with Five Finger Death Punch in Madrid. And
Yeah, I
sounds
want
like
Metallica to bring them instead of Avatar for
Yeah.
night one.
that lineup sounds like one of the most fucking Monster Energy punching holes in drywall kind of shit everywhere. Like,
yeah.
You're right,
not-
Richie.
Any comments? What?
Yes, we
I
have a
said-
few viewers.
Okay. What were you
So-
sending in?
I just said you're right. Ice Nine Kills supported.
Hey,
See,
Ice Nine
wouldn't it
Kills
be
and
great
Five
to
Finger
see?
Death.
Would it be great to see like someone like Gamma Bomb now, or
I think
some
that-
fucking
That would be
crowd like
sick.
that get a
That
stage
would
like
be
that?
sick.
You know,
well, if
That'd
they're
be
bringing
great.
Suicidal Tendencies along, because they never fucking brought trash bands before.
But
Yeah,
they had fan club, didn't they? Was it in Slane?
Slane, yeah.
Fan club, like they played first at whatever time it was. But I think something like that, like having an Irish band,
It'd be great.
like, you know,
They
let's
did
be
have
real
Tin
about it.
Lizzy. They did have Tin Lizzy the last time in Slane, I'm nearly sure, or one of those, or
Not in Slane,
Oh,
no,
no.
they had
Marley
Fan Club.
Park, was it? Yeah. Sorry,
But
Letty.
having something like that would be amazing.
Yeah, anyone at all, just like
Even 20 minutes, play it like just
20
to do
minutes.
it.
I don't
You
think
know?
they'd be the kind of band that wouldn't like that. I think that's probably down to the promotion company itself. But it'd be great if just the likes of Gamma Bomb, you know, just
Yeah,
fucking well-seasoned musicians lob them on stage 20 minutes before Metallica could change their lives, like, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they drink all their beer and be fucked out.
And they're dead, right?
Either way, it's a fucking landmark thing to do, I think, and it's sad that they don't do that because we're supposed to support their own here a little bit, and they just don't seem to at that level, do they? You know.
Not really. Any comments there, Letty? Any shout out, say hello to?
Yeah, that sound podcast reviewing. Hey guys, the Who
That's
Art Thou
Gav.
podcast. They played Marley in 2009.
Wow.
That sound podcast says no dynamic ticket pricing with Metallica. It's a bargain,
Unreal.
lads. GA. Sarah Nuttall Words and Music says hey.
Hello.
There.
That sound podcast says I'm going for I Disappear tickets, and he's correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
Fuck,
he's correcting you, saying that you've been pricing in dollars.
Not too far off euro, to be fair. Dollars and euro now.
It's not. Sarah Nuttall Words and Music says, oh, to have that kind of time to go see them. Mark Russell says 4 nights in Budapest is looking cheaper than staying in Dublin.
Yeah. Good
Definitely,
point.
it's a
Better crack as well, probably.
Yeah. The Who Art Thou podcast says you can't go from Knocked Loose and compare it to Five Finger Death Punch. That Sound podcast says Ice Nine Kills were in Madrid. They're muck. I disagree.
I think you're right.
I think you're right.
That's Carolyn, isn't it?
The Who Art Thou podcast says Stiff Little Fingers. They were in Slane.
Ah, good man.
was it.
Yes, he's right. Stiff Little Fingers. And Ghost. That's right.
Yes.
You
Fuck's
love
sake,
them.
Why would
Richie.
you just fucking?
Oh, it
Ghost
was
were
amazing.
really good. I'll defend them. Ghost were
They were
really
fucking
good.
great. Yeah, I just think they're hilariously brilliant, and no apologies
We
here.
change the subject,
Yeah,
please.
like
Who
that.
brought that up? Letty,
Let's
was
talk
that
about
you?
Ghost.
The other clowns' Avatar are nearly as bad.
I don't know who.
I
Avatar
actually know very
worse.
little of them.
To be fair, they're good musicians. Avatar.
I
But I
just think they're a
suppose
bit
if you think
cringe.
back to the 90s and 80s, Richie, imagine Pantera and Metallica playing in Dublin. You would lose your mind
Yeah,
to go
Yeah.
to it, like, you know?
you would, yeah, 100%. But see, the problem now again is, Letty, that Pantera crowd are going to be fucking there again,
Yeah.
and that's an issue then, isn't it? I mean, after the last fucking state of affairs, like when
Yeah.
you were groped and stuff up the front, like, well,
Well,
you do the
I'm
snake pit now.
hoping in the snake pit, if I do get them, I'll be far enough away from them, kind of thing, and they can go and ruin their own night, kind of thing.
Mm.
Well, I
think
wouldn't
it's-
imagine there'd be many scumbags in the snake pit that wouldn't be able to fucking afford it, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's more the thing
Understood.
of where it's not even the fact you can be somewhere to avoid it. It's the fact that it's something that you have to avoid is
Sick.
more. It's sick. It's more the issue. I've
Yeah.
absolutely, like, I'm not someone that's like fucking settle things with violence. But I feel things like that absolutely should. If somebody does something like that, I think anyone around should turn around and kick the living shit out of them and make like an actual spectacle of it. Do you know what I mean? It'll definitely deter any of the other lads with sticky fingers. Like,
yeah.
Seen you do that already, Evan, in Manchester. Evan threw a sandwich off some fella's head. It was great.
Well, look.
Rachel, what happened?
Oh, he's just being a dickhead, and he
threatened.
threatened.
He threatened to spit in me. This random fella. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, we were walking back to the hotel, and some lad, and we were like, the state of him now. It was one of those things. Like every time I stopped to be like, okay, he would stop at the same distance, so we'd be like, whatever, and we'd walk on, and he'd think that he'd start walking after us, thinking that he's like, we're like, oh, we're not going to stop, so we just kept walking over, and then he'd run further away, so he always kept like distance. Jesus. And I had a bit of a sandwich left, so I just fucked it at his head, and he ran out.
Thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was some shot, though.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Jesus.
So Evan will be there to defend you with sandwiches, Letty.
Yeah.
You will all have sandwiches for Letty.
I won't finish my sandwiches to keep you safe.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you'd hope that because it's mainly going to be 2 nights, that those type of dopes won't be out for 2 nights.
You get a crowd that big, unfortunately, I think that you're going to have that cohort.
It will attract
numbers thing. Like,
numbers game, It's just a potluck thing of where you are in the venue at the time that those assholes are acting the way that they do,
Well, I was talking to a lot of my friends that went to Pantera, and they says, like, would you go see him again? And they says, probably not at the price that they were. So I'm hoping that the price that the tickets will be for the 2 nights are going to deter a lot of them, because they're not going to be getting a full Pantera set,
Yeah, there's a bit of that too, probably. And, although there is, a fan base crossover there with Metallica and Pantera, not to label anyone as, being a certain way because of the band they listen to, but they gather such a big crowd, such a mass of people, that it's impossible to have 100% good people there, I guess,
Yeah. Like, but again, Letty, you're going to be in the snake pit, so you won't have to scum back.
I'll keep you up to date if I get them or not.
We'll be disappointed now if you don't.
Could you imagine
Joe's joining us?
Could you imagine the smell of BO in the fucking Aviva Stadium?
And then we've been on tour buses for fucking weeks on end with lads taking their shoes off for the first time in 8 days. The smell will be nothing to us.
It actually makes us stronger. Like,
I fucking think my fucking been burnt out of my nose hairs at this stage.
I'm the problem. It was me.
Like, what's that smell? It's fucking me.
It's me.
When you put up that thing, Howard, of your man farting in, what was it called?
Sleep talking.
Sleep talking.
Oh man, that was definitely a follow through. Like
that
was a shirt.
The title on that video is one of my favorite titles I've ever seen ever. He's like, somebody lets off a sinister fart.
Sinister.
Like every fart I do since reading that, it was like, I described it as sinister. It's fucking brilliant. A weapon of a fart.
But so the Friday night, as we said, is Pantera and Avatar. Avatar, they've 9 albums out, lads.
I know very little about them at all.
No, nothing.
They're Swedish. They've been going for like 20 years, and that's all I know about them.
Okay. Are they European or American?
Yeah, they're
Swedish.
Yeah.
Swedish, okay.
So they're a bit of mixture of kind of Marilyn Manson, Rammstein, a bit of melodic kind of heavy metal as well.
Yeah, I saw one clip of them live, and it was the singer screaming, "Are you in a freak show? Are you in a freak show?"
Okay. Yeah. If I had a fucking sandwich, I'd eat it and then throw the packaging at him.
No, you don't waste the packaging. That's littering.
Yeah, you want to recycle that, Richie.
Yeah, the bird can eat the leftover sandwich.
Hey, there's Joe.
Hey, Joe.
How's it going, guys?
Oh.
Good to see
Better
it.
that you're
We were
here.
just saying there that how great it would be for Gamma Bomb to support Metallica, but I said you drink all their beer.
We actually inquired about this in 2006 when they played Marley Park. You know, they did the whole Master of Puppets record.
They were a lot smaller back then.
So our mates in, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a band called Glider from Drogheda. Did you ever hear
Oh
them?
yeah.
They took the spot that we inquired about. It was 25 minutes, 25 grand.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Times were good in 2006, to be fair. It was the Celtic Tiger.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Grand a minute. Wow.
I'd love to know how much Fan Club got. Letty, you can
I
reach
never
out.
asked them.
That'd be the first thing I'd ask him, and then the interview would be over. How much did you get for supporting Metallica? Fucking hell.
I thought so. Metallica are never one of those that you have to buy onto their bill.
Don't think so.
You couldn't afford to buy onto a Metallica thing, I'd say. That'd be...
You'd be
Like-
still in a queue, I'd imagine, you know?
I
Yeah.
think Fan Club were asked to do it through Warner Bros. Or whoever they were with at the time.
No, I didn't think they would have paid on. It was definitely through Warner, but I want to know how much they got. And can I have some?
You can ask him next time they play Clears.
Yeah.
And Joe, are you going to come down for it, are you?
I don't know if it'll bother me arse, so I don't. Just I've seen them a bunch of times, and like the standing tickets are pretty dear, aren't they?
How
Not
much
too
did you say?
bad. It's 121 to
That's
260.
the worst.
Kind
For
of
the 2
120.
nights.
And that's for the 2 nights. So that's actually pretty good when you break it down like that. So you
I
get
thought it was
a standing ticket for 2
150.
nights for $130.
Is it? It's
Yeah,
not too bad.
121 is the starting price, and it's topped out at 260 at the moment, and that's probably going to change. Well, I don't know. I think they're protected from the ticket
The
gouging,
dynamic thing, yeah.
but it's not bad for 2 nights. I mean, you're talking $60 a night to see Metallica, Gojira, Knocked Loose, you know, and Pantera and Avatar, which is 6 bands for $60, six bands for $120.
Mm.
Which is pretty decent for a tour of that size, a show of that size, you know.
To be fair,
good value.
like usually tickets are kind of one of the easier things to give out about, but like again, for what the size that you're getting, and I think what Metallica play for, they have a long
Hours.
set, to be fair, like
Yeah.
2 hours, and there's always an encore. Be hilarious if they didn't get one though. But
And to
you
be
know,
fair,
it's
the
great
Aviva is
price.
a great spot as well to watch them in. Way better than Croke Park, because Croke Park they'd just be the sound and everything, because you know you're really in the gods for Croke Park, whereas with the Aviva you've some kind of not quite eye level, but you won't be up too far away from.
Well, it depends what tickets you get.
Yeah.
No, it's genuinely a decent stadium that way, whereas Croke Park you won't have a fucking chance. You'd be in the gods, far away from it, you know.
It is. The Aviva's not too bad. I saw a football game there, and it was like we were pitch level, and it was pretty good viewing.
Yeah, and it's nice around there as well. There's some decent pubs and stuff like that. Whereas if it was Croke Park, you're in the north side again, and it's just like, ugh, fucking
I
dram.
presume, like being at a gig in the Aviva, like something like this, it'd be one of those things that you're going to have to get up for anyone drinking pints is going to be getting 3 or 4 at a time, like, because would it be lines for
No,
ages?
They're
they'll be
very
going around.
fast.
They'll be
Are
going
they?
around with stuff on their back.
Yeah, there's mobile
Oh,
guys with the beer.
But you're going to be paying for
carriers.
the fucking things, though, man.
Was Taylor Swift at Croke or the Aviva?
I think that was
No,
Croke
I
Park.
missed
No idea, Letty.
Fucking hell. Tell me somebody asked that
Genuine
question.
question.
You should have just typed it into the chat, lady.
I'm gonna Google this now.
Quick, the people must know.
Don't think the lines for beers was very big for that one either.
Yeah, the gin and
Yeah.
tonics
This
were
lets more
flying
so.
out.
The gin and tonics and the cowboy hats.
Yeah.
There's a great sale of cowboy hats outside the stadium.
No, she was at the Aviva.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I thought she was at Croke. Oh well.
Yeah.
Anyway, any comments, Letty? redeem yourself there.
Yes, we do. We have a few new viewers as well, so hello.
Cool.
What is it? That Sound podcast says roughly €1,500 for I Disappear. Sarah Nuttall, Words and Music, says to see them all over Europe.
Yeah.
The Who Art Thou podcast says District Magazine did an article titled Metallica are coming to Dublin, and they're bringing white fascism with them.
Yeah, that was a big
Oh,
talking
Pantera.
point in my group chat. Yeah,
Fuck me.
Ooh,
yeah.
interesting.
It was yeah. It was poorly written in my opinion. But yeah.
I wasn't a
Very
fan of the
Nothing better
title
to be
either.
fucking doing. Like, the world has real problems, like, and some fucking dickhead is talking about Metallica bringing white nationalism to fucking Dublin.
You should have
Some
seen the
dickhead
photo
brought
they
it
picked.
in
You should have
Dublin.
seen the photo they picked as well of Phil Anselmo. Like it really looks like he's like
Oh, they'd say they had a couple to pick today.
Like, look at the
Oh.
lads
Yeah.
fucking giving it large there, James and
Ah, yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yeah, that's-
Nuremberg, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
look, everyone's an idiot.
Yeah, yeah, but they wrote the article fairly poorly to like the way they spoke about Dimebag Darrell's murder made if you weren't familiar with it, it kind of made it sound like he could have been murdered in a gang kind of violence or something. To the point where there's people counting being like, "What the fuck? Murdered on stage?" And I had to like go in and be like, "No, it was a mentally
Oh,
ill
man.
person."
It's all designed
Yeah.
to draw you in, Danielle, and
It was, yeah.
say
yeah.
what you
No,
have to say in a heated kind of like, fuck
Yeah.
no, you know.
Yeah.
District Magazine is, the place to go for any metal news. Like,
They also did an article on there's a woman feeding pigeons in Galway, and
Legend.
they put up this whole big thing of it's a mystery. Nobody knows who's feeding the pigeons, and there's a task force put together to solve this mystery.
I'm starting to like
Um,
District Magazine more and more.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I see what they're doing.
anyway,
Yeah.
Danielle,
Top
keep
10
going.
scarfs in Dublin for the summer.
Lee Gibson says Pantera is pretty difficult to be fair. NF Punkster says can't wait to see Metallica next year. I'm also Irish. I'm going to the Friday show. Mark
Cool.
Russell says also the Gamma Bomb doc was fantastic.
I still haven't got to see it.
Same. Gotta get around to it.
Jesus.
Is there supposed to be news soon of it?
Yeah, I think they've got some sort of digital distribution sorted out, so it'll be sometime in the next couple of months you'll be able to watch it online.
Months.
On. Dang.
It's one of these things, like, you shouldn't really hype it up too much, like, 'cause we'll be getting listening to us talking shite for an hour,
Perfect. Unreal.
Yeah. And how did the tour go, Joe?
Yeah, it was great crack. So it was got good turnouts and had a great old laugh and raised a good few quid for Medicine Sans Frontiers. So happy enough.
Awesome.
Right, yeah. Amazing.
So it did. It's funny though, like we're talking about how like different. It's all to do with who you're playing in front of, and that's just down to Irish people being unbelievably sound and interested in that kind of thing. Whereas, in England, and I'm sure Ev, you probably find the same. People are completely different over there. Like they wouldn't. Well, might have raised like 500 or 600 quid over the course of a whole tour. And like whenever we went to Germany, the promoters in Germany were like, if you mention Palestine or Gaza on stage, we can shut this gig down. So don't do it.
Fuck, man.
Murder Capital ended up not going ahead with one of their gigs because of that, which is fair play to them. Like they've always had the flag for every gig, and then during a sound check is when the venue realized, like, oh, you're doing this. It's like it doesn't take a second of research to realize this is what happens at every single gig. You booked this months ago.
Yeah.
Like that's not on them, and fair play to them for not bending to it. I think nearly most venues that we've played even so far this year in the UK have had some Palestine sticker or flag somewhere. Which is always great to see. Like,
no, it definitely is. But like, going back to Metallica, when was the first time? Who here has seen Metallica the longest ago? Richie, did you ever see
Richie, I would
Liverpool?
imagine.
I saw him for the Black Album.
Okay.
22.
Yeah,
In the point.
yeah, the point, yeah. But before that, I just like I was living in Cork, and I just literally couldn't afford to go. Pat Clancy and all them were going up to see him in the Top Hat and stuff like that. So never
What
never had the
about
cash.
Hard? When was the last time, or have you seen, or?
I've seen him a few times. So the last time was Slane, and the first time I saw them was '96 on the Load tour, the Poor Tory
Yeah.
Me tour, with similar stage to what it is now. But back then, there was no internet. There was no. I remember reading a Krang review of the
didn't know.
show, and it said, "Make sure you hang around until the end to see what happens." And I did, but the whole fucking thing just started exploding and falling down, and guys were swinging off the rafters.
Oh
And
yeah,
everyone thought it
yeah.
was real
Makes sense.
because there was no sort of lead into it. There was no like looking at Facebook. It was like you went and saw the show, had your fucking mind blown, and then on they went to the next one without anybody knowing what was coming.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it
Wasn't
was
that on
amazing.
some DVD as well? Did
Yeah,
they
it's
film
stunning.
it? I don't
Was it?
remember.
Or cunning stunts.
Yeah.
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 So I mean, was it 2003 or 2004?
That was
The ones with
19.
no, the
19,
ones
wasn't it?
with like Slipknot and
Slipknot was 2004, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
2003 was Linkin Park supporting them, I think. and
Yeah.
I was
I
at
saw
that
them
one as well.
both of
Yeah,
those times. Yeah.
I went to the Big Four in Sonosphere as well.
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was
that was
that good?
class. Yeah.
It was unreal.
And Metallica were actually staying in the fucking hotel that we were staying in, and the barman said it to us. He goes, "You won't believe this. They're just after fucking leaving the bar because right next door to the hotel was the airport, Luton Airport. Was it, Danielle? Wherever the fuck Sonosphere was.
It was near Stevenage, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere there, and they had their own private jet there parked up in the hangar. So it was literally went back to the hotel, had a good few beers, the crack, then through a fucking tunnel and into the plane and gone. Like I was just,
Standard
cool.
travel, like yeah. So
Standard Ryanair.
whatever. Like,
can you imagine the fucking East Cork Metal Militia walking into the bar? Like they'd have missed the flight. Like they would never have gotten away from us. Like, what about
yeah,
you,
they'd
Joe?
never come back.
Last time I actually saw them was I was visiting my bro in San Francisco, and a mate of mine rang me on the day and said, you ever seen the John Carpenter movie The Fog?
Yeah, fucking awesome show.
I was hanging about at that lighthouse, and my mate rang me and said, "I've got a spare ticket for S&M 2 tonight. Do you want to come?"
Oh, no, that's a nice one.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Nice.
And then I saw them at a couple of the 90s Point Depot gigs you guys were talking about, Garage Inc. and a couple other ones.
The one with Monster Magnet, were you at that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
I was
great.
at that as well. It was fucking. They played Master Puppets, the full version of Master Puppets, for the first time in a long time, which was fucking amazing.
I distinctly remember how there was a bit where they were like, "Do you want us to play something slow?" And they would start playing Until It Sleeps, or something fast, and they play a bit of Fight Fire with Fire. And people were fighting each other because there was loads of people who liked Until It Sleeps, and you were like, "Play Until It Sleeps," and you were like, "Shut the fuck up."
You fucking nerd.
How dare you have feelings?
Yeah.
Eric Bell played a song with him. He played Whiskey in a Jar. From what I remember, it was terrible. I think they just hadn't rehearsed it or something. But it was cool to see someone from Tin Lizzy up there.
Your man Eric
That was
Bell
cool.
didn't tell him that they played the song in a different key, so he
Yeah,
just
that's
came out
it.
in like standard tune.
That's it. Yeah.
Whiskey
They might as well like
in
a
a
half a
jar,
keep
oh.
Important.
Yeah,
They
they're-
did it. They'll definitely do it this time. They did it the 2 times I saw them. They're in Ireland. They're like, I know
Whiskey in a
you
jar.
guys love this one.
So was the last time they played Ireland when Hetfield fell off the wagon?
Yeah.
It was just before,
Slane.
yeah.
Wow,
He
holy
looked
shit.
rough at that gig. I mean, he looked overweight, and it was the first time I'd seen Hetfield and thought, Jesus, he got old. You know, he looks a lot better
Yeah.
now than he did at Slane.
Yeah.
But they look like they're in good shape mentally and physically for the tour that they're doing for the age that they're at. It's pretty fucking phenomenal. you know?
Lars is pretty ripped. I saw a thing
He
of him
is.
there a while ago. Fair play to him. Like,
Yeah, man, they do
Oh.
take their stuff seriously, which is probably why
Yeah,
they're
you
still
kind of have to,
the
like.
fucking biggest metal band that ever was, you know.
Yeah, they're starting to
Eventually,
really take it
Hetfield looks
seriously
the
now.
audience.
I remember
Like-
I was in a band with Alan for 15 years, Evan, and he turned around to me one day and he goes, "Do you know what? I think I learned how to play the drums properly."
Nah, fuck that. Don't bother.
Yeah, but like I got a shock when I saw Hetfield at the Madrid stadium. The close-ups of him, he looked fucking old. You know,
Yeah, at that
whereas,
time.
Lars and Kirk look grand, and sure Robert looks fine anyway. Like he hasn't aged a bit, you know. But yeah, I'm surprised that just the features, his facial features, he's fucking pretty out, like, you know what I mean? No bother to him, like. But
I see people on Instagram, they're like giving out that he's dating someone like 20 years younger than him because he divorced his wife.
I'm 20
and-
years younger than him, and I'd fucking date him, you know.
yes, okay. I can make a documentary about that if you want, Howard.
I would
You'll be
play
going for
that
very
wedding
different
25,000.
award shows.
Oh, 25 minutes, I'll play the wedding 25 grand, no problem. Whatever key you want whiskey in the jar.
Whatever key you want, yeah.
Don't go play every key at
Yeah.
once.
I mean, which song would it be? Ain't My Bitch? Or what is it, 2x4? I don't know.
I don't know any
Yeah.
of the songs.
Letty, rescue us.
With comments?
Yeah.
Where is it? Dear Mid says the real price, dynamic pricing will be Fibbers pints that weekend.
Yeah, of course.
The Who Art Thou podcast have always found the sound of the Aviva to be fairly dodgy.
Oh.
That Sound podcast says Parnell Park. Demonic says hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Sarah Nuttall says the Master of Puppets gig was probably the best I ever saw them. The Who Art Thou podcast says the District magazine was a bit ridiculous. Ha
I'll
ha
have
ha.
to read it.
NF Punkster, I'm from Limerick. In Limerick, seeing Metallica will be awesome. Who Art Thou podcast. Murder Capital didn't go ahead with free gigs, I think. They ended up doing an acoustic show outside each time.
wow,
And-
that's even cooler.
Okay.
Then the Who Art Thou podcast. The venue said it was a flag issue, but then wouldn't even let them just have a banner saying Free Palestine. And Lee Gibson says, yep.
Cool.
Yeah, madness.
So anyone in the comments as well, just leave us know if it's your first time seeing Metallica. That'd be interesting.
This will be my second time seeing Metallica if I get tickets.
You'll get tickets, Letty.
You will.
Get the accreditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. I found out their
100%,
PR,
yeah.
so
Closed mouth doesn't get fed, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be hitting up nasty little man management.
Is that actually the name of the place?
Yeah.
Cringe.
Just trying to think of bands at that level. Is there any band out there at the level of Metallica that has the balls to say things like Free Palestine on stage and wave a flag or raise a concern of that level the way that, you know, Kneecap are doing and so on? Is there any band out there doing it
Brian
at that
Adams
level?
was talking about it, wasn't he? On stage
Yeah.
in Dublin.
Who was that?
Brian Adams was talking about it on
Oh,
stage
no way.
in Dublin.
Well, fair fucking play, Brian Adams.
That's
Yeah, there
interesting.
was. I saw someone else. I'm trying to fucking think who it
Well,
was.
if you told James Hetfield that, he's a bit of an issue with Brian Adams. You know, Brian Adams has balls, James. Why don't you fucking say something?
Yeah.
You might say it's something you don't want to hear, though.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the reason why they want to keep politics out of it, because they're just like, listen, you don't want to know.
It's
You don't want to know, guys.
toss the grenade, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe Rage Against the Machine would probably say something, but they're not together anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking Tom Morello is like all credibility gone from him in my eyes. Like what a fucking
Not plugged into that world at all, but I know he
What's,
tweets a
what
lot.
happened with Tom Morello? He's always campaigning for stuff like that.
he's a pleb, like he's the
Really?
most he's such a hypocrite, like, do you know?
Oh my
He's
God, I
just-
never knew any of this. Jesus.
Oh
I
man,
didn't
just
know
look at what
either.
he's doing and what he's saying. They don't add up at all. They
He's
just
doing.
don't.
He's organising that whole Black Sabbath thing, isn't he? So he's working with
Sharon
Sharon
Osbourne.
Sharon
Osbourne and David Draymond. So
Yeah.
And like he was up in fucking Northern Ireland giving it loads about the Ra and fucking Kneecap Tomarello.
Yeah, look, whoever's paying him.
Wow, holy shit, man. I'm
I just
shocked
know he
that
wants to arm the homeless.
He does.
Okay, Evan, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole with that after this. Check him out. Like how is
Yeah.
he such a hypocrite? Wow, that's sad to hear that now.
I was talking to one of the kids from MCD, and I was just saying, yeah, I wonder how that gig's getting on, and he was like, yeah, it's not sold out, but it's real. Like there's over 10,000 tickets sold for it. Look,
Mm.
For
so
Megadeth and
I
thing.
think everyone's on the same page. There's loads of people who'd be like, "But what are you talking about, man? Sound of Silence is cool."
Oh, there's people. Yeah, like this is the thing. It's like there's an echo chamber of like loads of people being like, "Oh, there's no way." It's like, yeah, you won't go, but there's loads of people that I don't think there was ever, I think thinking that it was no one was going to buy tickets. There's always going to be people that have no idea. They couldn't care less. They'll kind of go in with the attitude of, there shouldn't be politics in music, and just completely missing a point that it's far beyond politics of, going to see, like funding a man signing bombs that are going to kill innocent women and children and be totally fine.
Yeah, for
with
his Instagram
But
post,
you-
by the way, for his
but
fucking
you're-
likes. Do you know what I mean? What a fucking psychopath, like.
Yeah, he blocked me on Instagram. He
Oh,
has
did
me
he?
blocked. David Draymond blocked me.
That's class.
Well, I've made it, like.
But in fairness, he's not lining his pocket with this. In fairness, for the Black Sabbath thing, it is a charity gig. Money is going to a charity, and you'd hope that none of those fucking Zionist pieces of shit will get any of that money. So
You know
it's
what's
kind
weird?
of
Like, why do they need a musical director to do this gig? And like, if you're gonna pick anyone, why would you pick him? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's
Like a trophy position, isn't it? It's like somebody
yeah,
wants to make a point, I would
profits
imagine.
that are going. Like everyone there, no one's doing that for free. Nobody's flying. They're all getting paid, and then X amount
Yeah.
will
Oh,
go.
it would
It's
be, yeah.
anyone under the illusion that they're all fucking going there playing for free out of the kindness of their heart. Nah, there's not a fucking chance. You're going to get that many people of that level who, people would sell their fucking fart in a bottle for the amount a ticket is. Like, there's not a hope that they're doing it for free. It's after they get paid. That's what's going. And after Sharon Osbourne gets a big fat amount from it.
I was of the positive mindset of maybe they were doing it out of the kindness
Nah.
of their hearts, but thanks for crushing that, Evan.
No worry, you're very young. There'll be plenty of things crushed on you as you go on.
But it's just a shame because music can be the great truth teller in many ways in reflecting the feeling of a people. So, for example, if you read BBC, you'll just assume that everybody in England is pro-Israel and all for that. But then you see a Kneecap gig and you've got 30,000, 50,000 people screaming free with Palestine, It's the great leveler of bullshit media. Just, this is what the people think, and go fuck yourself.
Totally.
Joe, out of all the Metallica gigs that are coming up, I'll give you the rundown. Greece, Romania, Poland, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Hungary, Scotland, Wales, England. Which one would you go to if you had the tickets?
If we could go to any, probably somewhere like Greece, because I would imagine they'll go absolutely insane in Greece.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're one of those bands, man. It's kind of like the same way as some people feel about Manowar. You can just go to these places and people are crying at the gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
It means
full
something
leather,
to their life,
chainmail.
Yeah.
Fucking sword.
Fighting the world.
Fucking nipple piercings with chainmail everywhere before you change my life.
Good job.
oh gosh.
Or do you know those?
Everyone wore.
Or do you know those fucking people as well? There's probably a few that have done it. in that cellar down in fucking Norway, that black metal fucking thing.
Helvet.
Is it where they have their
Helvet.
picture
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the fucking...
It's where they invented the font.
Yep. Font of evil.
Yeah, I'd out of all of them now, I'd go Greece as well, Joe, because I'd say it'd just be fucking mental that
Well, the
that
weather be
type of
fucking
crowd.
amazing too, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go
And it'd be
wherever the
cheap
weather
as
is.
fuck.
Yeah, and it'd be, and
Yeah.
like again, people would just be super passionate about it, like, and like
Yeah.
really happy that the band were playing, like, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when you look at the Irish fucking crowd, we're a bunch of pissheads ultimately. So like, you
Well,
know,
we have it too good, Richie. I mean, if you go to
Yeah.
see Metallica in Poland, everyone at that show has spent a month's wages to fucking get there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's at the sacrifice of something that's probably more important than a music show, but they still go, and there's a different level of appreciation and commitment to that if you're going to be putting your whole life on hold for a couple of months to see one fucking gig. Over here, we're spoiled. We're
Yeah.
just well looked after in general, you know.
And they use
Yeah.
Good
deodorant.
point.
Yeah, you know, not going to lose my mortgage because I went to Metallica. You know, it's
Like
different
even
Good
seeing
point.
them in Spain was magic as well because the World Cup final was on that night. So Spain were in the final. So halfway through the gig, this massive fucking roar went up, and Kirk was doing the solo, and he
Thought
was
it was for him.
fucking loving it, thinking they were all shouting, and everybody was pointing at their phones, going crazy, and flags going mental. I'm going, oh my God, the vanity.
I
like.
love guitar.
I still got it.
Yeah.
He's walking across the stage with his wah stuck to his feet.
It's funny you say because at the 2004 gig with Slipknot, Greece were playing Portugal in the Euro finals, and they stopped. You know, between songs, Lars announced that Greece had beaten Portugal. You know, and the crowd went wild because Ronaldo was playing with
Yeah.
Portugal, so there was a sort of anti-Ronaldo fucking. But they seem to be into their football, into their soccer. Well, Lars anyway.
My friend broke his tailbone. He went to Madrid as well. He was sitting and he slipped on the stairs because there's so much alcohol spilt.
Oh,
Tailbone's no joke, is it?
yeah, being there fucking shattered it as well, man, in
Goofed
Egypt.
my tailbone, and I could feel it go like. When you said it, I was like, oh.
So he didn't come back with the best of memories of Metallica.
How's their tail?
He can't work. He's been out of action since the gig happened.
Jesus.
Fucking hell, I might give that a go.
Yeah.
If you want to just sit, maybe.
Yeah.
Come down to my place, Evan. I'll sort you out. No
I'll
bother.
kick the shit out of you. I'll throw a sandwich at your head.
Steal a sandwich belonging to me, maybe. Any more comments, Letty?
Yeah, we've got a few. Where is it? Mark Russell. Not sure if she's gigging at the moment, but Annie Lennox has been great for raising both money and awareness.
Go Lenny.
The Who Art Thou podcast. I know idols say it when they play. I don't think they're even close to Metallica level, though. They're not. Mark Russell. I have a ticket for Sabbath, but feeling conflicted regarding Sharon Osbourne and David Draymond. If I'm lucky, I'll have some eggs and good aim.
Nice.
The Who Art Thou podcast. I've never seen a crowd kicking the living daylights more than the metal crowds in Athens. In a fun way as well. They're mad.
Unreal.
Burning Metal Ireland, prepare to be hit hard on reach after this. I said a bunch of the similar stuff on Roundup, and we went from 150 views to 25. It took weeks to get our reach back. That Sound podcast. Good luck to us. That Sound podcast. Didn't realize we were at the same show, Richie, in Madrid.
Oh, were they in Madrid as well? Class. Yeah. Nice one.
And Sarah says, I saw them in Denmark. Lars was very annoying on his home turf.
Oh, God.
To be fair, if I played a gig that size in Kilkenny, I'd let everyone that was ever mean to me fucking know.
Oh yeah, I'd have school photographs and everything up in the fucking
and this, and now we move on to liars.
Jesus Christ.
I'm the biggest Lars fanboy. He can do no wrong.
Do you know
Except
what?
for sometimes his drum
Ah,
intros
man, look,
aren't in
he's
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm fucking gradually warming to Lars, probably because I'm fucking shit. But like, do you know we actually watched Some Kind of Monster the last what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were in England for gigs. We had Some Kind of Monster on in the van. And I only watched it about 2 months before that. I'd fucking anytime someone suggests putting it on, and it's like when you watch it again now. I think the whole thing is on YouTube for free either way. But when you watch it, there's moments that you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm definitely fucking Lars, and then you're like, no, actually, I'm not. I'm fucking James, and then you're like, but actually, I might actually be Kirk. It's like every bit of everyone's personality at once. Like,
Yeah, I feel
They're
like I'm
all
the
related.
psychiatrist in fucking our band, you know.
I have it
the
on
guy who's
Blu-ray.
ripping them off for money, like who does nothing and just takes money.
It's going to
Did you ever
nearly
see, you know, the year and a half in the life of Metallica?
Just
The
I
watched
slag-
watched
it
that
2 nights
recently.
ago. Yeah, before
the
this.
slag off Jason Newsted for making sandwiches, like, and he's all like, "I got plans for those millions, and I'm not spending it on sandwiches." And apparently that was the deal. He just, whenever he had like 100 million in his bank account, he was like, "Fuck you guys, I don't have to listen to
100%.
this anymore. You're not my mom. I'm
Yeah.
off."
But
Yeah,
even
it's,
in that documentary, you can see Lars's bigger vision for how to present the band live and how to do your merch and how to take,
Yeah.
you know, he's hands on and
Yeah.
everything in it.
And it's mad watching it again, like when you're thinking back with all the Napster stuff and lads
Mm.
burning
You're right.
Metallica CDs, which I always found hilarious because
Irony.
they've already made the fucking money. You can shove it up your arse. It doesn't make a difference. They're
Mm.
not like, no, now we have to refund them. But the whole thing with Napster, he was so ahead of
Yeah.
the time with that, and he got so much shit, and it was spun so badly on him. The same way it was almost like the way Limp Bizkit was blamed for Woodstock when they were showing different clips of different days that they weren't even fucking playing. But now we have Spotify ripping everyone off, being like, artists should be paid, and he's like, where were ye? Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. It's
Where
remarkable
were ye?
Metallica survived that because, I mean, it was off the back of some ropey albums and
yeah.
a shift in the music industry at that time anyway. So to
Mm.
have that stance at that time and be correct and stick to it and survive it over that period is it's pretty amazing to think about, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Fair play to him. Like
Yeah.
the pressure they were under
Yeah.
over that. Is
Well,
people just
I
didn't
know
understand it.
Hetfield was furious with him over it.
I don't think he was furious, but I think he was supportive of him, but he was non-committal, I suppose. I don't think he was furious. I just think he was
I read that he
cautious.
was. I read that he was. I read he was really pissed off at him
Was
because
that in
again,
District magazine, Richie? Was it?
I think, in my opinion, they could, because he had so much insight about knowing about that stuff ahead of the curve, right?
Yeah.
They could use that for good instead of bad, and instead of going with a bunch of kids' names to court, which was always going to look really shit for
Oh,
Metallica,
100%. Yeah.
they should
Yeah.
try to figure out a way to be like, right, well, what you can do is you can upload your recordings of our live gigs to this thing, and like, you know, sort of
Yeah.
figure out a way to do it where they can keep some control over it, you know?
Yeah, he had the right idea, but there was parts that just, you know, like a big, massive band that they're rich. They'll never have to worry about money, even if they never sold another album again. But then going at lads like speckled young lads with fucking zits, they're like,
yeah.
wait, please, Mr. Metallica, no.
I was going to do my history project on that Napster, but I was told I wasn't allowed because it was too new.
modern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
That's interesting.
25 years ago, 30 years ago now. Jeez,
Yeah.
25,
Do you
I
know
guess.
what's mad? My history product or thing, I in for was it junior cert or leaving cert? And I did it. I had to convince that it was okay to do. I did it on fucking Palestine and Israel, to think like I did that in my junior cert, and they almost didn't let me because it was so fucking new. It just goes to show how fucking bad it is. Like, it's like, no,
Had you internet back then? You had?
yeah, thank you.
Waiting for this picture of Jerusalem to download. You're like,
Yeah.
come on, come on.
1940. No, I can't get any more.
When was that, Evan?
When I did my junior cert,
Yeah.
I have no idea. When I did my leaving cert in 2009, so was it 3 years?
6.
6 or 7? Yeah.
I was 4.
Fucking hell. I was 4 mentally.
I won't even tell you what fucking age I was.
So, Howard, what was the last Metallica album you bought?
The last one I bought was what was the last one? Death Magnetic was the last one I bought, and I rarely listen to it. Things have evolved to a point now where with a band like Metallica, you don't have to even buy their albums because it's everywhere to be seen and to be found. And if you're buying an album, you're a real fan. You're really plugged into what's going on. You're getting those extras with the vinyl. You're getting those extra bits with the CD. They really do good packaging and ideas and value for what you're paying
The
for.
reissues they've been doing as well, man, have been great. You know, the Master Puppets.
Yes,
box and Ride the Lightning. That's
So
the
with
kind of
that,
stuff
the
in
last
the
one I bought was
90s.
the reissue of Master Puppets. That's the last Metallica album I bought, I guess, you know.
Okay.
Saint Anger was mine. I got my dad loads of them because my dad likes Metallica, but I genuinely think there needs to happen, and I don't know if it ever will, but a new album instead of Metallica going for like, you know, a big producer or fucking Bob Rock or anyone again. It's been kind of thrown out a load of times that if Metallica went with someone like Will Putney, I genuinely think he could bring Metallica back into being fucking unreal. Because I don't give a shit about Metallica, but I'd love to see something like that. Someone like Will Putney,
Or your man Andy Sneap that did the Judas Priest albums. Fucking hell, he did some job in them.
but just to be able to
It
bring
won't
out
happen, though.
something new from them, like something new, but keep it old school. Like I just want to hear him do a fucking Slayer Bell kind of riff. Would be sick.
2 albums missing from them. I don't have 72 Seasons. That's the latest one. And I don't have Reload, would you believe?
72.
Strange one, isn't it?
Funny enough,
I never liked
probably my
Reload.
favorite 2 albums are Load and Reload, but you know, it's hard to justify that in some ways. But it seems like
It's
a
okay,
different band,
Howard.
really.
Mine's Saint Anger. I have a harder job.
Joe, what about you? Last
Favorite-
Metallica album.
The last one that I bought. Like I would have bought stuff about 10 years ago, like the Creeping Death single or Whiplash single on vinyl, but in terms of one of the records, I don't know. The best thing that I've bought since buying the albums from maybe like Garage Inc. was the last really brilliant one. The best thing I've bought since then is the book Back to the Front about the making of Master Puppets.
Yeah.
It's like a big, huge coffee table book, and it's amazing. It's like
What is it? Back to the front.
Back to the front.
It's called, and it's a big, massive coffee book kind of table about the whole
Book
making
about
of the
wiping
album
your hair.
and Cliff Burton's death and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Heaven.
That water's going to my head.
That's fucking vodka.
Yeah.
Danielle's trick, huh? The old water and the vodka, yeah.
Yeah.
I get worse when I'm not drinking. I go more mad, like.
So the general ticket sales, so the 2-day tickets are going to be on sale the 30th of May at 10 o'clock, and the single day
Friday,
tickets are going to be, okay, so this is general ticket sale. So the single day tickets for some reason are going to be on sale on the 25th of July.
It's a while up, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'd say
Yeah.
they'll all be gone. I'd say it'd be goose by then. Fan club pre-sales start Tuesday the 27th of May. Does that bring you into it, Danielle and Letty, the fan club pre-sales?
It does. So the legacy one goes first, which is the fan club you used to pay for. It says you had to buy it between 1994 and 2015. They go on sale 2 hours before, and then the 5th member pre-sale goes on sale at 11.
As in, when they're saying between 2004 and 2015, as in you must have become a member.
A
then, is
paid
it?
member, 1994 and 2015, when you used to have to buy it.
Oh, okay, I thought. Right, they're obviously not making you go back in time, like.
Yeah, Daniel, I was on to my mate Timmy about that, and he goes, I don't think I am. And I goes, I fucking seem to remember you were part of that Met Club years ago. So he went
Club.
in and checked, and he was still fucking a member. So he's gonna fucking sort us out.
The annual
Yeah.
Met Gala, like.
Yeah. I used to get like when my mum was in the club, I used to get like So What magazine. It used to come out like once every so often, and yeah.
They still do
t-shirts
that.
and bits. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
How long
It is,
does
yeah.
everyone reckon Metallica have got left?
Another 6-7 years.
Yeah, 10 years, I'd
Easily.
say.
I mean, I've been saying that for about 25 years now. You know, I'm just
Yeah, but
wondering.
you were wrong.
Thinking of the likes of Deep Purple, who played Cork there about 10 years ago, and they were in their 70s, I think it was. You know, I'm just wondering.
I seen Deep Purple like 2 years ago, and they were phenomenal.
Yeah, they were fucking great, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm
Great
just
in
wondering, do Metallica have that?
Yeah, I just don't
10,
want them
15
to
years
do
time?
another. I don't want them to release another fucking album. If they
I
did
don't know,
do a covers album, because they're one of the best bands in the world for doing covers.
Not really. We're just talking about how fucking bad Whiskey in the Jar was.
That's shit, all right. But the Garage Days
I know,
revisited is fucking
there's
amazing.
no doubting Metallica's ability to fucking be
Pro the
amazing.
tune.
I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, are Metallica the type band that we'll be talking about in 10 years' time about, you know, an all repeat
I think
weekend?
they will. The will in some sense that if you go and see Deep Purple, they don't do Child in Time or like some of the super hard songs. And I think Metallica will end up in a situation where it's more like all bridge school kind of benefit acoustic type shows,
Yeah.
or you know, they might
They
be
have
able
such
to
a huge set
pull out
list as well. I
that
mean,
crew or something, you
That's
know.
mad, yeah.
yeah.
But that's why Lars is going to the gym and like to again saying it, he's fair play to him. Like your body, you rent your body, like so. I think if he's going to the gym as much as he is now and really putting the effort in, it's obvious like he's feeling it, but he also does want to keep going for as long as possible. He's not going to go to the gym just to get through 1 or 2 gigs. Like
Or he's just doing cocaine again.
A short but brilliant legacy 3 years there if he started on the cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, Nico McBrain had to give it up with Iron Maiden, like, because he just wasn't able to physically do it whenever he was on. Like Nico, how old is Nico compared to Lars? There's 10 years, is there the difference? Is there?
7 or 8 maybe?
No, like maybe 3 or 4. Like I would say Nico's about 67 and I'd say Lars is about 53. Like even going back to the Master of Puppets tour, they had a guy whose job it was to rub like Ben Gay or whatever stuff into his arm and try and keep him going, you know. So I think it's one of those things, Evan, unfortunately. The drumming is going to be the, like, you know, unless we all die of heart attacks, you know, it's usually the drummer who has to be replaced first.
Oh, 100%. That's literally why I don't really drink that much anymore, and I go to the gym is specifically because I'm well aware that it's like, it's not gonna, doing
Speaking
a tour.
Of then, right, who would you get to replace Lars theoretically if he was going to be the first one to go? And they cruelly decided to go on without him, which I would assume they would, you know.
Yeah, Jesus, that's a
his sons.
That's
tough, sons.
That's the most nepotism worst answer possible, isn't it?
The boring answer.
Josh Freese for everything, like.
I see he's been replaced by Taylor Hawkins' son. I saw that.
No,
on
he
Decline.
hasn't. No,
No?
I think no. That was just again District Magazine. Fucking.
Oh, what a shout out this fucking thing is. That's Barra now for bringing that up. Thank you, Barra.
But with Lars, you got to admit with Lars, I mean, he's one of the few drummers that you can sing his drum parts or you instantly recognize a part of a song by the lick that he's playing. He's got a real sort of guitar brain approach to drumming, if you know what I mean.
He's very specific. way of playing.
Yeah.
So it's so even like with accenting on a snare and crash
Yeah.
rather than like that's such a Lars thing. And there's times like I've done it and I'm like, I'll do the Lars thing, and like I don't really listen to Metallica, but I know what I'm doing when I do that. It's very like, there you go.
Like I've done the Billie Jean with some of my friends and my friend's just been noodling wow now the Cure.
The Mastodon drummer would be pretty awesome, I think. I think that could be
And Taylor.
realistic
That's a fucking great shout. I was going to go
realistic
with
future endeavor.
Dave McBain there of Ex Machine Head and Sacred Reich, but
Yeah.
I think the thing is that like you can't have a drummer that's going to overcook it, because
Yeah.
it would absolutely ruin Metallica if you just had a drummer going bananas
happened
or
before,
trying
though,
to bring their
yes.
style.
Was it Download?
Wasn't it?
Joey
Yeah.
Jordison and
Dave
your man
Lombardo.
Dave
plays that?
Lombardo.
Yeah.
Dave Lombardo, yeah.
yeah.
But like Joey Jordan, it was class to see Joey Jordan's take on it. But like there's the video of him.
I've seen it.
the
Yeah,
drum
he's racing
cam,
away from him, isn't he?
Yeah,
He
it's
was
Creeping
always like
Death.
that with Slipknot as well, I think. Like, but
Dave
that's
Lombardo was a far more He
concise.
seemed to fit a little bit better.
Yeah.
To be fair, they
Joey-
had half an hour notice and be like, look, you get up and do it. It's like, I'm playing that pretty fucking fast with the adrenaline. Like, you can't be like, oh, gee, he played that fast, fucking idiot. Like, you're like, you can't see anyone's face. It's just.
the worst
Go-
one ever I've seen was Phil Collins replacing what's his name from Led Zeppelin?
John
John
Bonham.
Bonham.
John Bonham.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
God. Car crash. Absolute car crash for Live Aid, America.
Oh, the Philadelphia one.
Philadelphia one. He
Yeah,
flew
that's
from
right.
England. He played with Band-Aid and then flew over to
That's
Philadelphia.
right, yeah.
Oh,
That was
jeez.
fucking brutal, all right. But I think
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin themselves, the members that were present, were fucking inebriated beyond fucking belief, like,
Fucking legends.
It would have sobered him up anyway, for fuck's sake, with that performance. So that's it. Any more comments before we wrap it, Letty?
The Who Art Thou podcast, even South Park took a huge dig at Metallica during a Napster
They
thing.
did.
That's right, yeah.
Lars wanted to buy himself a new private plane, but because you illegally
Gold
downloaded his album, he now has to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Mark Russell, 72 seasons was shite.
I was going to ask, I thought people said it was a
Does he
return
write
to
for
form,
District magazine, does he?
but Mark's a legend, to be fair. I haven't seen him in ages.
The Who Art Thou podcast, I Want to Know Lulu.
Fuck that fucking album.
And
My
Burning
least
Metal
favorite
Ireland.
album of all time.
That's a Lou Reed album. It's not a Metallica.
That's- it's a Lou Reed album.
I had a secret soft spot for that album, but that's me.
I am the table.
I'm the table.
Burning Metal Ireland, if you go to Metallica website and join the fan club, you get early access to all tickets, or you did a few days ago, so that's obviously over.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. To go back to Lulu, I
You
hate
have
that
to.
album so fucking much.
I
and
mean,
it's
yeah, I
well
can
known
see,
it.
totally see people hate, but for me, it's the chance, taking that chance to make something so fucking terrible.
But
There's a bit of bravery in it that you can admire as an artist, I guess.
Alex Vinci knows I hate that album so much. And when I was in, he sent me, I can't remember, it's a venue in Manchester. And when Worn Out were playing there, he was like, oh, go upstairs to the green room the second that you get in. And I was like, all right, okay. And Alex Vinci, in big fucking black marker in the green room, wrote, Evan loves Lulu. Because I think they were playing 2 weeks before us, and then he was like, oh, I'll do this, and fucking wrote Evan loves Lulu all over the green room. And I just came in and I was like, it's like that scene in Daddy Daycare where he realizes the shit is on the roof, and you're like,
Joe, is Lulu at all redeemable in your eyes?
This cat that I'm petting is actually called Lulu. Unbelievable.
I love that Lulu. Yeah. She knows.
Her favorite album.
It's a Lou Reed album. That's what it is. Like,
It is a Lou Reed album.
like
weird.
it shouldn't come up in Metallica discography as a Metallica release.
No, probably
Because
not.
wasn't it he asked them to do it with him?
Something like that. I mean, if Lou Reed asked you to do an album, you probably would say yes, no matter how shite it was. But
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
also when Lars started replacing where his ride symbol is with a China, and I remember they were playing Jules Holland.
that's right,
And
yeah.
before they started, I turned to my dad and I was like, "This is some of the worst shit I've heard ever." And my dad was like, "Do you know what? You're too cynical with music. It's Metallica. It's going to be great. You're all blah blah blah." And then what's that really slow China count in? And my dad just went, "Oh Jesus Christ!" And I'm like, "Go on."
Maybe 10 years before that, James Hetfield did Mama Said on Jules Holland, and it was really vulnerable and controversial for want of a better term at the time. They're always a band that have taken chances, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And Lulu is an example of it not working out. But you got to admire the fact that they.
You can't expect hits like as in to hit the mark every time for that. Like I totally get that. But there's no way you didn't. You weren't sitting in like listening back to the mix in the studio and like were they all like, "This is."
I doubt they even set. I'd say they listened to the Monitor mix back and went on fucking holiday for 6 weeks and came back.
But this is the thing that we're missing. Did they listen back? At all?
At the one time that they played it, maybe.
Yeah. It's like, it'll be fine, whatever.
I don't even know who mixed and mastered it and was involved in it. Was it Bob Rock?
I don't think it was Bob Rock.
Have a look.
Was it Lou Reed himself?
I'd imagine it was either Greg.
He'd never done it before.
Yeah.
What's that, Joe?
Probably your man Greg Feldman, isn't it? He does all their stuff these days.
Yeah, could have been Rick Rubin as well. Maybe it's time.
See, the thing is, I actually can't remember
well
if the
be.
mix itself is good or not. I just can't get past how horrendously bad the songs are.
It's Metallica and Lou Reed, and they're both playing a different song at the same time, and that's basically how you sum it up.
Lars
is
China
he's China instead of the right symbol or
Apparently, I have 2 songs liked off of it on Spotify.
Freak!
Go on, Letty.
Little Dog and Dragon.
It's all that cocaine and District magazine.
What? There's a song called This Old Dog.
Little Dog and then there's Dragon. They're the 2 songs I have liked, and they're like the last 2 on the album.
Okay, so who?
That's the best thing about it. It's the end.
Who produced it?
It doesn't say on Spotify, it just says who it was released under.
You shouldn't be looking up on Spotify for that. That would hardly happen.
It usually says it.
You probably asked to get it removed.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, actually.
You're looking up there now.
But like at that stage, you know, so when you started getting into Metallica, Letty, Hetfield,
Greg Feldman, you were right, Joe.
Yeah, well done, Joe. But like when you started getting into Metallica, Letty, Hetfield had changed a lot of his delivery, vocally wise as well.
Okay.
He doesn't downpick as much now. I don't think he's kind of alternate
picking going on.
Yeah, to be fair, that like he's the king of downpicking, but like,
oh yeah.
I mean, look, even in my 20s, I couldn't replicate.
Not a chance. No, he's
so precise and good, and
yeah,
not sustainable over 40 years.
That alone will give him arthritis. Like, there's no way you're gonna. Oh well. Look.
What is it? Carpal tunnel? What the guitarist gets?
Yeah,
everyone can get it. Yeah,
like a wobbly wrist.
Wobbly wrist. Yeah, anyone with a body can get that.
Yeah.
But you not find, Joe, that like what I'm saying there when Letty got into, was it Load or Reload, was it when you got into them, or was it after that again?
I got into them from watchmojo.com from a top 10 list.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's how I got into them.
End the music. Music is over, like.
In the height of my depression, I just sat and watched fucking Watch Mojo things with a pot noodle crying. Like, it's like, oh, look, top 10 Metallica songs.
So when I was getting into them, I picked the later albums to start with. So Load, Reload, and then I went backwards. Okay. Like, this is probably going to be a very, very hot take. I apologize. I think Kill 'Em All is their worst album.
Which one?
Kill 'Em All.
Oh, yeah. But look, I can see that coming from where you're coming from, but the other side of it, I mean, Kill 'Em All as a demo, or the first album after the Mechanics thing, was just phenomenal at the time. You know, context, time, place, I guess.
I
Yeah.
can't stand Seek and Destroy, like.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Listen to it like it was a band from Dublin just gave you their demo, I guess, is the way I'd recommend listening to
Like
it.
I'd listen to it, but I only listen to the live albums. I don't like his pitch of his voice on the
Oh,
album.
man.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. That Letty got Hetfield when he was at his melodic country
Yeah.
and fucking western delivery, and everything was more fucking hung in there. Those vocals.
It was in
Top 10
1989, the
Hetfield
just
Seattle
deliveries.
gig.
Like,
I
The
just love
Seattle
the
gig.
barked vocals and the
Yeah.
up to and Justice for All, and maybe half of the Black Album. But then after that, his vocal is a different
I
vocalist.
think the 1989 Seattle gig, that famous live shit
Ninja
Ninja
Purge.
Purge thing. I mean, that's where Hetfield's voice is just fucking filling the stadium, you know.
He's one of those singers though, like
Yeah.
where even now you can tell that absolutely no part of their catalog has any bothered him. Like he's one of those
Yeah.
dudes where he has unlimited power and like
mm,
fume about his voice, like and like you can't really say that about any of his contemporaries. Like all the
Yeah.
other guys who've sang for any of those thrash bands, even like Bruce Dickinson still sounds great, but he doesn't have that kind of Hetfield type thing where he can still do all the stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's very true. And it's
Yeah.
still an event for Metallica, isn't it, when they do play a song for the first time, like a difficult song off an album.
Yeah.
Even watching it 2.5 years or a year and a half of the life of when they're attempting Nothing Else Matters for the first time, and how serious they're taking and what a big deal it is, you know.
What was it? Going back to Some Kind of Monster, didn't he say, James, that he blew his voice out doing a cover of So
Doing
What?
that.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why he had to change his vocal style, really.
yeah.
So what was that for? Was that the Black Album? Was it?
Yeah, he blew out his voice for his cover of So What when they were
Okay.
doing their tour.
Right.
So he had to change, and he had like a little
Scared the
cassette
shit out of
tape.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been using the same cassette tape for warm-ups for
Yeah.
since then. He's never changed it, and it works.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sure he's
Any
an
more
MP3
before
of it
we
now, like.
pull up the handbrake and
Yeah, we have a few.
okay. Last
So
few.
we've got another hot take. Sonic Chronicle says, hot take, Metallica haven't been decent since Load. And he also says, Death Magnetic gets some goodwill, in my opinion.
That's Rick Rubin, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wick woo.
Loudest wars.
Sonic Chronicle also says, enjoy that cat amongst the pigeons.
Lulu, Joe's cat.
The Who Art Thou podcast, Lou Reed says it was the greatest thing he ever worked on, then he died.
So it was their fault.
And he also says Greg Feldman mixed it, so yeah, you were right. And Sonic Chronicles also says no one can downpick like that forever.
Ooh, interesting.
It's
What
true.
about the
Like
Terminator
he's not even
or
doing it
RoboCop?
anymore.
Yeah.
Gary Holt would be another one there that's
To play drums, is
still,
it?
still fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Play drums.
Gary Holt would be amazing to even just to give fucking James Sand a break. Like
If he sent
But
away.
didn't Dave Lombardo very controversially fucking publicly say, Lars, come round to my house and I'll give you some drum lessons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not the only one that's
oh, he
really-
gets it all the fucking time. Like
Yeah.
the Lars hate
Lombardo,
is
like,
real.
he is better. He's better now than he probably was from about 92 to 2004 or 5. Like, you know.
Mm.
I think-
What is it?
He
What is it? In
plays what the songs
2015, he
needed.
says he started practicing.
Oh yeah.
He
Well,
says
when
that
you're
he
touring that
practices
much,
now.
yeah, when you're touring that much, that,
Yeah, you're
like,
practicing in real time, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, like you're not going to be like, oh, I'll just go and sit and play for free now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, lads, so that's it. I'm going to wrap it. Hopefully we'll see some of you anyway for one of the nights. Sunday night for sure is the most popular one for the East Cork Metal Militia anyway, with Gojira Knocked Loose. Letty, you're going for the 2, and Danielle, you're going for the 2. So happy hunting. I hope you get what you want. And are you staying 3 nights in Dublin, or are you going back and forth?
I'm
Haven't decided yet.
staying 3 nights anyway.
Wow, that's some money.
It's not. I got There's a group of us. We got a hostel room for all of us. It's like an 8-person hostel room. It's like 150 each for the 3 nights. So
That's grand.
Oh, that's fine. So yeah,
Good as it
if it
gets.
was a fucking
Mhm.
bulk fast, and you'd be happy days, like.
absolutely, yeah. Too bad.
Okay, so that's it. Letty, Danielle, Evan, Joe, and Howard, thanks for joining us tonight on the Metal Cell Forums Metallica special. And yeah, hopefully we will be back in June for another one, and we'll take it from there. Thanks, everybody.
Great.
Cheers.
Nice.
Not finished yet. Not
I
finished
am
yet.
going to go get my din-dins. I can smell Emily is cooking something incredible.